Hi everybody, this is Victoria. I'm back again, finally. As you can hear, I'm still a little bit sick, so today we are just going to do a short tutorial on how to make this super cute watermelon charm or bag tag. You could make it into a key ring, you could, like I said, hang it off your bag for school and your zipper. Whatever you would like to do. You could even keep going and make the bracelet, which was originally shared on my Instagram account and also prompted me to make this design up on braceletbook.com, so you can find it there. Sorry again to all of my Instagram followers who have requested this design. It has taken me a while to be able to get back to filming, but I promise you I won't make you wait so long for the next one. And today I am showing you, this one has jelly bands. It was inspired by one of my Instagram followers who tagged me in one of her creations. She was also smart enough to add a couple of extra seeds into her watermelon. I'm not sure, I think she made it a bit wider as well. So jump on there and have a look, and I'll show you a quick shot of her picture. Okay, so I'm going to use pretty much the same colour scheme as I did in my bracelet for this charm. I'm just going to use the colours out of a Rainbow Loom brand mixed bag of opaque bands, and I'm just adding in the dark green, which is also Rainbow Loom brand, for the outside of the watermelon skin. And I'm going to use just some cheap loom bands that I got off eBay, clear ones for the cross bands that hold the design together. You can use whatever colour you like for these cross bands. I mean, it doesn't really make a huge difference, but I like the clear. Get all of your supplies ready. I've got my loom board and hook. I will keep my design visible here for you. Band requirements, I'm going to use 44 blue for the background, 16 dark green for the outside of the watermelon, 14 light green, 12 pink, 18 red, 4 black, and I will be using 15 clear for my center cross running bands in there. So all that is also in the description bar below. So I'm still using the same technique as in my previous tutorials, just using 2 rows of pegs next to each other, arrow pointing to your right. Start laying out your first line of the design. Cap bands, so a single band doubled. I'm going to go from the second to the third peg, and then again from the third to the fourth, fifth to the sixth, or fourth to the fifth should I say, fifth to the sixth, sixth to the seventh, so all cap bands. If I'm going too fast you can pause, rewind, fast forward me, I don't mind. So I've got 7 pegs. On the last one, so we've put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bands down. The last peg we're going to do a cap band, so I'm going to double it, and then I'm going to double it again on the peg. So we've gone around twice. That's what it should look like. So now what we want to do is just chain that, loop it back up. So we're going to go under the cap band, grab that bottom band and bring it up onto itself, and we're going to do that all the way up to the top. So grabbing the bottom band, back up and onto itself, grabbing the bottom band and all the way up. Now on this last one we're going to bring it up and we're just going to turn it into a slip knot. So I'm going to grab the bottom bands and pull them up over the top and just pull it tight and loop that up over that top peg there. So that's what you should have. Just a basic chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pegs. And that is going to be before our first row. First we'll push down these bands so they're sitting down the bottom. So counting each one of these boxes as one of our pegs. Sorry, I can't put it the other way around to make it easier. But we're going to lay 6 blue bands, cap bands, from the bottom to the top peg, straight down the line. So a single doubled from the bottom to the top peg on each one of these 6 that we have the chain. So when you're done, it should look like that. And now what we're going to do is bring that whole row up and over the middle into the centre. So taking bottom band up and over into the middle, same with that one, all the way down. Outside bands is what I'm grabbing. So we're bringing the whole pattern of that chain straight down and into the middle, like so. Sorry, mine is a bit rough, so yours will probably look neater than mine. Push all of your bands down. Now this is the important part. We're going to lay a cross band across the 6 pegs. So mine's clear, it's hard for you to see, but I've put it from this peg across to that peg, just like that. Now we're going to lay, we've just done our first row, now we're going to do the next row. So I'm going to start, this is where my arrow is on my design to make it a little bit easier for you. I'm going to start with the 2 dark greens. So single doubled, dark green, and then there's going to be 4 of the blue. So a band for each square across each of your pegs. Singles doubled throughout this design, as with my others. Now that you've done that, we're going to grab this cross band and bring it up and over and into the centre. So it's actually sitting in the same spot where the chain is. Now we're going to do the same again and bring all the bottom bands up and over all the way down one side as well as the other. So just grabbing the bottom band, so the first row of the design, up and over into the middle. So I'm going to do that down both sides. Push all my bands down, and you should be left with that last row of the design that we lay out. So we can go ahead and put another clear cross band along the 6 rows of our design. And our next line is this one here. So we're going to go light green, dark green, and then 3 blue. So we're going to grab that clear cross-running band, bring it over into the middle. Then we're going to work up the bottom row, up and over the top of that row we just lay down into the middle. Working down one side as well as the other. And pushing all of your bands down. Another line done. Now we're up to this line. So you should just have those single capped bands from the last row of the pattern, and your design is feeding down through the centre. So another clear band across the 6 pegs, and this row I have 2 pink along the top, light green, dark green, and then 2 light blue. So we'll grab that clear band up and into the centre, and we'll start working our bottom row of bands over and into the middle. Down one side, and also the other, back up the other. Pushing all the bands down. Now we can probably remove this band here. It was basically just there to remind myself which side I was starting from, but we've also got the arrow there for that. So we can go on to our next line, starting with some of the red. Grabbing another clear band for our cross-running support band, and starting with 2 red bands. We've got pink, light green, dark green, and a blue. Again, grabbing that cross-running clear band, and then working the bottom row up and over the top and into the centre. And back up the other side. Pushing our bands down. And onto our next row. So putting down our next clear crossband, starting with red, and then a black seed on this line, another red, pink, light green, and a dark green. And again, grabbing that clear band up and into the centre and working the bottom row of our design up and over, down one side and down the other. Pushing those bands down again and grabbing our next clear band. Mark off my line. Across those 6. And starting with red again. This is just 3 reds on this line. And then we do pink, light green, dark green. Bringing that center clear band up and over into the middle, and then working our bottom row back up and over the top. And back up on the other side as well. Your design should be making its way through the middle. So now going on to our next line, putting down a clear band. So starting with a black band on this line for a seed. And we got 2 reds. Pink. Light green. Dark green. Bringing our center clear band up and over into the middle, and then working the bottom row up and over the top into the middle as well. Down one side and back up the other. Pushing all those bands down onto our next line. Clear cross-running band, starting with red, another red, black, pink, light green, dark green. And again, clear band up over into the middle and working our bottom row bands up and over, down one side and back up the other. And pushing all your bands down. So now we're on to the next line. So again, putting down that all-important clear crossband. 3 reds along this line. Pink, light green, dark green. Bring that clear crossband up into the center and working that bottom row of bands up and over into the center. Down one side and down the other. Oh, you're dangling. You're dangling. Sorry about that, guys. So now pushing all those bands down and on to the next line, clear crossband across those 6 pegs. We've got red, black seed, red again, pink, light green, dark green. So then bringing that clear band up over into the center and working your bottom row up over the top. Very simple and repetitive, as long as you follow your design. And don't forget that crossband. You should be right. So pushing our bands down, grabbing another clear onto our next row, 2 red, pink, light green, dark green, and a blue. Clear band up into the center and working our bottom row. Also up and over. And the other side. Pushing bands down. Design is coming through the bottom now, as you can see. So onto our next line. Clear band across our 6 pegs, and starting with 2 pink. So pink, pink, light green, dark green, and then 2 blue. And that was that line done. So working that last line, center band, and then the bottom bands up and over into the center. As you can see, it doesn't matter which side you do first, what order you flip them. As long as you don't forget to flip a band, you're fine. Or you should be fine, should I say. So next line, clear band, and starting with 2 light greens, 1, 2, dark green, and 3 blue. 1, 2, 3. Clear center band up over into the middle and working the bottom row up and over also. Down one side, back up the other. Pushing all your bands down. Now, that's that line done. I've come up to this line. We're going to lay that as it is on the book. The next line after that is going to be different. Just putting down clear band and 2 dark green, 4 blue, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Working that clear band over to the middle, center, and your bottom rows up and over and into the center. Making sure, of course, you just grab those bottom row cap band. Now, that is our last row that includes any of our watermelon. Now we're going to just lay 1 row of the blue. I'm going to put our clear band down, and I'm just going to put, now you can keep going with the design. If you want to make the bracelet, you just keep going, but I'm just doing a bag tag, so I'm going to finish it here. I'm going to do my last line of just blue. So we've got the clear band down. Now we're just doing 6 blue cap bands along the row. Done. Bring that clear band up and over. Bring that bottom row up and over. Now, this is where it changes slightly to the way that I was showing you how to end my last tutorials. We're not going to put a clear band down, but we are going to lay another row of just the plain blue. So no clear band, just another repeat of the 6 blue. Oops. And we're going to work that bottom row up and over and into the center on both sides. Pardon me. And now we're going to close off our charm. So I've pushed down, giving it a pull. You can see that's the design. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to get you to grab that last band and put it on its opposing peg, like that. So we've just grabbed it, and you got 2 there instead of 1 there. Now this is where it's a little bit tricky, but it works out the same way as the other side looks. So we're going to grab both of these bands on our hook. Try and get it to focus. Yep. Like so, and hold it on your hook. And I want you to grab this top band of your next row and pull it through. So it's hard to see. Try and focus. But we've got, okay, we've got those two on your hook. We've got the next peg. We're going to grab the top band and we are going to pull it through. So we're going to put these ones that are on your hook onto that band. Then we're going to put that band onto its opposing hook. Peg, sorry. So it's like so. Now we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to grab those two bands. We're going to get them on our hook. Then we're going to grab that top band and feed it through. So those two bands are going onto that band. And then that band is going to go back onto its opposing side. Okay? We're going to do the same thing again. Grab those two bands on your hook. Grab the top band. Pull it through. And then put that band back on its opposing peg. And again, grabbing those two bands on your hook, grabbing the top band, pulling it through, putting it onto its opposing peg. I'm sorry, it is still very tricky, but you will get the gist of it, hopefully. And again, grabbing those two bands, the last one, grabbing that top band, pulling it through, back onto its opposing peg. And now I just want you to get a single band, go through with your hook and get your design on there. Grab that single band, pull it through and slip knot it. And that's how it should look once it's been ended. So give it a bit of a flex. This one here from the beginning, where are we there? From the start, we don't really need that on there. That was just to remind us where we were. So that one that is ended is holding our design together. You can decide to feed it through so you're not actually using that band. You don't want to break it. You know, you're not using it to hang it on anything. I'm just going to hide it away. And you can put another band anywhere you like. Maybe on the opposite side. And just pop a little slip band through there. Turn it into a key ring. Pop it on a zipper. I hope yours turned out fantastic and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, check me out on Bracelet Book and Instagram and tag me in your creations. Thank you and loom on!